Airbus 330 simulator at Bangkok Airways. Time to start our session. That's Captain Uday.
Hi.
We're here for RNPR.
Into the box.
Into the box. Amazing, right? And there's our first officer. This is how it looks. Just a box, but and this is. So, Captain, how are you feeling? Excited about this?
Excited, tense, everything.
Training is always a training.
Still not available. Please position me to cut.
They're going to set it up for us. So, what are you here for, Captain?
I'm going to do RNP training,
Okay.
which is required navigation performance training to land into Kathmandu.
Now, what's the difference between that and the VR approaches that you normally make?
The RNP relies on the navigation system,
Okay.
which is very accurate, and the satellite system, and it will bring us closer to the airport with low visibility condition, so we don't have to hold around for hours and save lots of money and fuel for the company.
It's very essential.
It's very essential.
And safety-wise also.
to keep-
And here comes our big boss, Captain Roland Cucchi, our TRE, TRI. He's going to be training us on this. Just a little brief idea about the difference between VR and the RNPAR.
Well, basically, it's a system which is the navigation system comes from the satellites. Basically, it's very accurate vertically and horizontally, and allows us to go to a lower minima. The VOR has a tolerance of only 5 degrees either side of the actual radial, so that makes it a little bit less accurate, as the said the RMP is extremely.
So basically, this is very accurate.
Very, very accurate, but it is based on satellites. So if one day we lose the satellites, we also lose the capability of the RMP approach. So if we ever go to war with the USA, we have a problem.
Okay.
We have to switch off the satellites. But the VORs will always remain on the ground, because the VOR is a ground-based system, as the RMP is satellite-based system.
Okay, that's the difference.
Yes.
So you're here training the Nepal Airline Crew
We are,
Members.
yes. We're about halfway through training most of the pilots, and shortly they'll be able to actually perform the RNP approach at Kathmandu.
It's going to be beneficial for the airline.
Absolutely, it's a more comfortable approach, it's a safer approach in the respect that it's very accurate, but it also takes us to a lower minima, so our chances of landing in low visibility are considerably better.
Much better. And there goes, where's our, come on over here.
This is our
That's our first
very
officer,
capable first officer.
Amulya. Welcome on board. I'm going to be observing also, sitting behind you guys. Captain Uday is already excited and all set to go for it. Amulya, are you all set and ready? You have all the documents with you?
Yes.
All right, then we shall continue later on.
Been to the simulator before, so you're all aware of, in the event of any emergencies, how to get out of the simulator, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, you happy with that, everybody?
Are we happy, yeah?
Okay, good. So, what we're doing now is we're putting the motion on. I have put you directly on the end of the runway. There's no need to go through the full startup procedures, as this is just basically training for RNP. We're not looking at anything else. So if you could just put the ground power off, I'll take that away. And the engines have started.
And that's how Kathmandu looks like from the cockpit view of the simulator based in Bangkok. It looks better than the real original cockpit view, you know?
Because the visibility is 50.
Look at the terrain also.
The visibility is 50 kilometers. In Kathmandu, the visibility is like 5 kilometers.
What is that you are putting in there?
So I'm feeding all the data in for the runway, which the weather conditions, the runway conditions to operate this procedure. What we're doing now is we're just setting up for a takeoff, and the weather is good, as you can see outside. However, we've got the possibility to change the weather, which we will do during some of the approaches in order to produce go round, in other words, missed approaches. So let me have a look at malfunctions. Okay, I think we've got a fault on the APU, but it's not necessary for the training that we're going to do, so I'm not going to be concerned about it. As far as
Charlie departure, no?
just yes, always the one Charlie, and just put Kathmandu.
Yeah. And the
I'll give you the Amulya. The weather will be 090 at 10 knots. Visibility 4,000 meters.
okay.
Overcast at 2,000. Temperature 25. Dew point 18. QNH 1013. So, Amulya, your intervention in the event of FMGC 1 and 2 failure, once you realise that your first thing is to go to the captain's side and press nav, so he has the VOR available to him, then press yours so you also have the VOR. So they're basically the first actions you need, because otherwise he's going round flying totally blind, doesn't know where he's going. That's really important.
Have you got any speeds, or should I quickly calculate for the takeoff?
Let me see if there's something on here. Any speeds on here? No. Any speed. Let me just put something in. Actually, I have to give you the weight. So the zero fuel weight will be 150,000 tons. And we'll have 150. We'll have just for this departure, so we can get a heavy weight. I'll give you 47 tons. So it would simulate, let's say, a flight to Osaka. Okay, so speeds are 138, 138, 144.
138.
Make the flex of 35.
144. Flex 35. And configuration 2. And 28.8 is 2.5. So minus 35.
3.1.
3.1.
So basically this is how a simulator looks like. It's a box, but when you actually enter in, it's a real a cockpit where you do everything exactly the same, that the way you set it up, you fly, you organize, you do whatever is required in real aircraft. And that's our, as mentioned earlier, our TRE. He's our trainer, he's our instructor here, giving us all the information data, and he'll also be instructing us through stepwise to understand RNP approaches.
5506.
So just inform me when you've actually completed the setup, because I'll save the information. So you, whenever you want, you can go. The failure will simply be a flame out, so don't worry about too much about handling. Once the engine's secure, just clear everything else out. No need to start the APU, because once you're in normal flight, I'll restore the engine, okay?
Okay.
And then we'll start the actual RNP.
So I do the quick briefing.
Very brief briefing, Uday, just literally ready for us to
Just
go.
from here, sir.
Yeah,
Data is checked.
you've done all that.
And it is okay. And taxpayer is also checked. Performance is checked, 35 degrees flex. And we're keeping next phase 180 knots in normal climb. And progressive accuracy high GPS primary is 0.10 now. And required is 0.8 as of now. But later it will be 0.3.
Yeah, don't worry. I say this is not the approach. So just get yourselves going, really.
Flight plan is checked. You've already checked it. I don't want to go into details. And right now I've kept KTM on both sides, 218 and 288. Actually, this is for the approach. I can change.
Exactly. There's no point briefing this.
Okay.
So just do before takeoff checklist.
Okay, before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist, flight controls,
Is checked.
checked. Flight instruments,
Is checked.
checked. Briefing,
Briefing is confirmed.
flap setting,
Configuration 2.
152. V1, V1, V2 flex temperature,
V1 is 138, VR is 138, V2 is 144, flex is 35.
138, 144, flex 35, 86.
Is set 2000. Takeoff, no blue, we have a status here. Okay, below the line please.
Takeoff runway,
Is runway 02.
runway 0 to confirm, cabin crew,
Is advice
yes,
TRE,
is translated,
set normal,
thanks.
right stop.
Okay, so normal PAL 401, your clear takeoff wind is 090 at 10 knots.
Wait for takeoff, 10 knots, run up on 401. Okay,
So clear for takeoff.
And remind you again, this will be for an engine failure.
Check. Takeoff. And flex 35, SRS, auto thrust below.
checked.
Ignore that. Clear it.
Set.
As set. Knots.
Check.
V1.
Gate.
Engine fail.
Engine fail.
Positive cut.
Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up. Engine oil fail.
Check. Okay, I'll be turning right at 2.5, yeah?
No, you won't today. Autopilot. Okay, that's it.
400.
Okay, 400 feet. By controls communication. decam actions.
Engine one fail.
Pan. Royal Pal 401 engine to fail.
400.
Copied your plan, Royal Pal 401.
Check.
First lever one, pipe.
First lever 1 confirm.
Confirm. No delay after 30 seconds, so master 1 of cross 30 seconds and maybe light.
Check.
Confirm, master 1
Then master 1
off. Damage.
No damage.
No damage?
No damage. But there's no relighters. So we'll just, I think, stick to the fact that maybe that.
Okay. You can actually stop the procedure, okay? It's just to see the engine fail. This for the departure, basically.
Stick here series. What?
Okay, I'm going to move you to Simra, okay?
Okay.
Okay, go to Simra.
So Roland, basically when they're setting up, just give me a slight idea about the console that you're using that.
Okay, so this allows me to position them at various points around the approach, and this is basically the initial part of the procedure. So I can select the altitude where they would be at, the speed they should be at.
And this is 170 knots and 10,500.
And this is actually a map of where they are. And this is the track that they would be flying to the approach, which is a curved approach.
So you can reposition them at
Everywhere.
any time
Yes,
that you want.
yes. It just saves a lot of time.
So you don't have to complete the entire circuit
No.
and come back and do that again. So
It
you
allows,
can
it
just
allows us
reposition.
to concentrate on the approaches only, because that's the important part of the training program.
How accurate is this compared to the aircraft? Is it same? Exactly the same.
Exactly the same. Our aircraft, the setup of the aircraft is very, very slightly different to our aircraft. It's actually a little bit more modern than the simulator, but just very minor points. Nothing to do with the standard of the approach and the precision of the approach. It's just to do with some of the switching.
All right.
Royal Nepal 401, descend 11,500 feet. You'll be cleared for the RNP approach, runway 02.
Okay, for RNP approach on way 0, descend to 11,500 feet, Royal Nepal 401. And so we have GPS primary loss.
Check. GPS primary loss estimated is 0.57. 0.4 just now. The clearance is 0.6 on either side.
Royal Nepal 40, continue descent now 10,500 feet. QNH is 1013.
Descend to 10,500 feet, finish 1013, Royal Nepal 401.
It's 0.2 left, 0.6 now. The clearance is maximum 0.6. So we technically should not continue with this 0.6.
Are you on the approach, Uday?
No, the moment we enter the
Oh,
approach.
don't confuse the situation, okay? You're not on the approach.
The moment we cross the final approach, then the side.
And anyway, when you're talking about 0.6, what's required at the moment? What's the required RMP?
Just now it's 1.
It's not. Yes, so, and what is it? So what do you actually have?
0.6.
So do you have better or worse than the required?
Better.
So why would you talk about discontinuing the approach? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get it. This is the thing about PBN. The aircraft is giving you all the information that you need to have. It's telling you how it's all working.
They've just started the RNP approach and descending down to the altitude of 10,500 feet as cleared.
So what are you reading, Amulya, on your ND at the bottom?
GPS primary lost.
So
We
would
have
this
all
be
staff.
would this be a cause for concern?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so what would you be thinking about doing now? What would be your thought process?
Just maybe holding
Yeah,
sometime.
yeah.
And
Where?
to go back to this point, maybe Danfe or maybe at hold at Ratan. Okay. So we'll ask him to carry out a hold at Ratan.
Nepal 401 request to hold over Ratan.
Royal Nepal 401. Can you continue to Guras?
We can continue Guras. But you need to descend by Guras, you know.
And Royal Nepal 401, are you able to continue to Guras?
So we are able to continue to
Yeah,
Guras.
we can hold over Guras and descend. So we can continue to Guras.
We can
Because we're still
continue
at
to Guras,
we're still
Okay, descend 8,700 feet, take up a hold at Guras, Royal Nepal 401.
Hold at Guras, descend 8,700 feet on Nepal 40. Set hold at Guras.
Yeah, set hold at Guras.
Front.
It's a front.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
accuracy
that's
down
down
very
very
low.
Right.
We just this is low now. Required is 0.3 and it's showing low. So it's already accepted that
So look at
System
what's
is-
the required
it's required 0.3. So we
and what's
can't
the
go to
estimated.
estimated is 0.68.
Okay,
So
that's it.
we have to hold it to Ratan actually. We can't even go to Grass. So we need to go back to Ratan.
Nepal 401 request to hold at Ratan.
Continue to Guras. So I think there's should be okay. What did you deselect before?
We had deselected GPS to deselect the.
Go back again.
So.
Now accuracy between that one and this one.
No,
is
go
quite
to
different.
GPS, position monitor.
Solution monitor.
Okay, and select navigate.
To select.
Yeah. Okay, select GPS. Okay, now show all.
GPS primary.
Okay, right. Continue to Guras. Okay, continue down 87. Position freeze. Send to 8,700 feet.
GPS is primary, accuracy is high.
Check.
There you go.
And still based
So if that's the diesel, go back to that page.
Which one? The.
Position monitor.
Yeah.
Okay, select navigate. So be very careful that you don't deselect GPS. You just
But I'm
deselect on the
sure-
right. No, you deselect on the right side.
But I'm
Just
sure
leave it.
on the aircraft that you can do it straight from the navigate page. You don't have to come here. Because I showed you that time.
Well,
On the
that
aircraft.
is the navigate page.
No, on the aircraft you can go to this one, this navi, and you type in here and you can decide to deselect if you want. Yeah.
The MCG between
On
the
the
aircraft and this one's quite
In the
different.
actual aircraft.
Maybe.
I'm sure about that. So you have a constraint of 200 knots per airplane. So
So you want to start configuring, don't you?
so instead of doing the hold now, we'll just do immediate exit
Yeah.
and flap one.
Okay. Flaps one.
I would also have put 170 at
KTS. Just still put
KT532.
it. Please put 178 KTS right
It is 5-3.
there.
2. Okay.
Anyway, it will come down.
Okay.
So we'll all stop. You can take flaps
I'll
to the
release you now. Okay, so there we are. So you can also, well, you're not descending any further. Don't forget, once you start your descent,
Yeah.
you can also press 8-7 and just push, and then it'll just follow the constraints down.
I see.
Which it won't now because you're already at the final altitude. So you are clear for the approach.
Yeah. Cleared for the approach, but we only selected after 532.
Absolutely.
and flaps 2.
Speed check. Flaps 2.
Just select 170 for now. And later change.
So 532 at 8,700.
Okay, your two-way point is 530.
530. Okay, now
On approach.
on approach.
Okay.
Approach nav.
Okay, and what is final blue?
Final
Blue line you've got on the descent.
blue line
Select
on
your
this.
grow around altitude.
And go down to
10,500.
10,500. Final approach.
Check.
Okay, so there you go. You're going to manage speed as well.
Speed managed now.
Everything's now managed, yeah? So look at Dover and how close you are to that radial. So if you'd have a failure there, you have to be very careful
Yeah.
not to go through the
Through that
218 radial.
Yep.
That's a critical point.
Yep.
So Kilo Tango 528 at 8,240.
Okay, so what's our vertical deviation?
Plus 10.
Uday?
Plus 10, yeah. Plus 100. Sorry.
Where are you looking at that? Where?
8240.
How do you know your vertical deviation? No, where
No,
you
we look at
no,
this.
that's not where you're looking.
I was looking here and here.
No, well that's not giving you an altitude, correct, is it?
No.
Where are you going to get a correct altitude from? A correct vertical deviation. Look at your progress page.
Oh, yes.
That's where you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Because the GPS is all based. That's the GPS information is there. That's where it is in that box.
So next is Doban plus 7,000.
Press the RNP, by the way.
Yes.
We don't have it on our aeroplane.
Airplanes is not there.
Oh, we're just flying over Bagmati River and slightly east of Dakshin Kali, west of Lele.
So visibility on the ground now is 1,300 meters overcast at 200 feet.
1,300 meters overcasting. So we need, for our approach, we need
1,100.
100. That's and
So
minimums. What is the altitude? The
2,500.
The ceiling? 200 feet.
200 feet.
So we need 300 feet. So we can't continue
Why?
because
We have not reached your decision altitude, so we can finish.
no. If it's 200 feet, we need 300 feet.
Where did it say that?
It's here. It's 300. It's altitude 300.
Where does it say that?
Yeah. Decision altitude height 300 feet.
Decision out. Yeah. So can you not continue and see?
We can continue to minimums, for sure, but we can't go below.
Well, you can never go below minimums, can you?
No. So
Okay, 522 plus 1.5. Next Kilo Tango 520 plus 526.
Vertical deviation is?
zero now. It's on profile.
Okay. Yeah, it's all looking very good.
Okay, now radio altimeter is alive,
It is.
and put the gear down.
You'd have been better getting the gear down earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
Speed check. Flaps 2.
So you won't see the runway, so you know.
Speed check.
1,000.
We've just entered inside the cloud now. We were on top just a few seconds before, but we're inside the cloud now. Let's see what
500.
they're gonna do.
100 above. 400. Minimum.
Go round, flaps.
Read the FMA.
Horizontal lower, as far as go round track onto those.
What's the plan?
Get up.
So they just made a missed approach, go around procedure because the runway was not inside when there is the MDA.
Just tell the ATC we are going to
One about 401 going around.
Copy the standard missed approach.
Status control 401.
Okay, they just made a missed approach on the first approach after doing the procedure. Now they have been repositioned again at Ratan, and from Ratan they're going to start descending down and again shooting another approach for RNP approach runway 02 in Kathmandu. They're all set and ready. You can see this. We are now south of
And we'll have a look at
Kathmandu.
the failure on this one, okay?
Yep.
It's pretty intense. Everything has to be really perfect.
Lower, yeah.
So on an approach, what's limiting for your visibility, whether you can continue an approach?
The visibility is one, and the second on the approach. Okay, you're talking from the instrument's point of view. Then,
Yeah.
if we can have one failure.
No. You didn't want to continue because you said it was below. It was 200 feet. But
Yes.
Wherever has the ceiling been a limiting factor on an instrument approach?
No, the ceiling is a guidance factor. It's telling you that you're probably